Good morning and welcome. I'm Chris McCabe, head men's basketball coach at Liberty North High School. I'd like to welcome everyone. Happy Thanksgiving week. Brief introduction. Obviously, first year program. Pretty excited about what we have going on. We're 13 practices in. We've scrimmaged. That went well last Friday. We kept 19 guys. We have 7 juniors, 10 sophomores, and 2 freshmen on our junior varsity and varsity roster. Our freshman team kept 18 players, so we have 37 players, grades 9 through 11, that are playing for Liberty North this year, which is really exciting. Gives 37 more guys an opportunity to play that otherwise wouldn't. Our goal as a program is to make sure that we're getting better every day. We've done that so far. Our roster, our players are starting to take shape and kind of understand what we expect out of them. We play Monday, this coming Monday the 29th at 5:30 in Savannah against Excelsior Springs to open the Savannah tournament. So we're really excited. Our guys have been outstanding to work with. Their attitude, their effort, everything that as a coach you want has been terrific. So we're really excited about this group and what we can accomplish. We hope that they have as much fun playing as we've had as much fun being around them to start the year. So just a few opening comments, and then obviously I'd like to open it up and take your guys' questions now.
What specifically do you focus on in the off-season?
Our off-season stuff has, in the spring, we just really wanted to evaluate a bunch of guys, get them on the floor, get a ball in their hands, and try to see what we've got. We had an idea going over to North what we would have with guys, but, in that situation, you have to have guys who have been role players or have been sub-varsity players that are all of a sudden now varsity players. So we had to evaluate them in the spring. And then in the summer, we really hit camp hard, a week of camp, and then played in various leagues. Played in a team camp, and gave guys the opportunity to try to play in a game situation, a real game situation. And so that was beneficial. And then in the fall, we really focused on our weights and conditioning. We had a lot of guys out playing for Coach Clemens and playing soccer for Coach Smith, which was really good. I was glad that we had a lot of guys participating in other stuff to keep them sharp. So, there was a lot of different stuff that went on, but a lot of evaluation and to try to figure out what we had coming in.
What positives came out of the scrimmage from Friday night?
What positives came out of our scrimmage? Well, we got to play for the first time with the bleachers out and there being refs, so that was good because we had a lot of guys that hadn't done that before. We were pretty nervous, so I hope that after playing in a game situation, so to speak, now that's going to ease our nerves for when we play on Monday against Excelsior. We had some individual players play pretty well. We had some guys that really are trying to carry over from what we do in practice and what we emphasize in practice to the floor on Monday or Friday rather. But we left. We weren't very happy watching the scrimmage. We thought we were okay. And then we went and watched the tape, and we actually were better than we thought, which was a good thing. Usually it happens the other way. Usually you think you play pretty well, then you watch the tape and you wonder how the heck you won. But we did pretty well on Friday, all considering for the situation that we're in. Our guys were outstanding.
So far, what's looking like will be your strong suit?
That's a great question. I got asked that the other day and have no idea. I don't know. We have ideas of what's going to be our strength. We hope that some of our skill players at the point guard, at a wing, and at a post position, those guys can kind of be leaders based off skill. But I don't know what our strength's going to be. I think that our guys have been outstanding attitude, work ethic. They've been coachable. They practiced hard. Their team chemistry is good. So hopefully that's a strength. As far as on the floor strengths, we don't know yet. We're still trying to figure that out. It's a great question and one we're trying to figure out.
How challenging is it for you as a coach to coach some players that don't have all that
Yeah, that's a really good question too, and you know, people ask it a lot because they want to know, you know, you've got guys. The idea or the preconceived notion people probably have is it's really difficult. But what I tell people is if you come and watch our practice and watch how much our guys pay attention to what we're trying to do, you watch how coachable they are, you watch how hard they play, you watch their attitude that they bring, it's not that difficult because they're wanting to get better, they're wanting to learn, they're wanting to be there. So if it was like pulling teeth to get guys to play hard, then it would be a lot more challenging. But because we've got such a good group, it really hasn't been. We've been able to coach practice, coach basketball. We haven't had to worry about coaching effort. We haven't had to worry about coaching attitude, and those things can take away time from your preparation. But you know, we've been able to add more to our basketball specific stuff, our plays and our strategies and our systems, because our guys are so focused on what we're trying to do, even though they haven't played before. They're wanting to be there, they're wanting to learn, they're wanting to get better. And you know, the best part is we practiced last night for 2.5 hours. And I think it was hard, I think it was intense. And afterwards we had, I think, our entire roster stay around and shoot and hang out. And that's cool because that means the guys are, even though it's hard, even though it's tough and it's demanding, they still want to be there in the gym and shoot and be around each other. And that as a coach said a lot without ever anybody saying anything. Yeah.
What are your goals for this season?
Well, I think regardless if this was a first-year program, our goal wouldn't change, and our goal is to make sure we're getting better every day. Because if our guys can take the approach of, we have to get better every day so that we can win every possession, then we have a chance to be a successful team. So if we win possession 1 Monday against Excelsior Springs, then we win possession 2 and we win possession 3, we've got a better chance of winning the game. I'm not worried about how many games we're going to win. I'm not worried about individual goals with our guys. Those will all come as long as we can be a team that focuses on getting better every single day. That is something that our guys have really bought into, and I feel like from when we started on the 8th, 9th of November to now, we have gotten better each one of those days minus one day. We weren't very good. But otherwise, we've been pretty good and we've got better. So they've met that goal, and if we can continue to meet that goal, I think we could be pretty good.
What do you think your weakness is? What in the season?
I think experience is something that obviously jumps out because you don't have a lot of players that are returning as far as our weaknesses go. You know, experience can only be made up with time. They have to be there, they have to experience it, they have to be part of it to grow in that area. And then depth right now, I don't think is a weakness. I don't think, but as a staff, we'd like to see more guys step up so that we could have the opportunity to play more guys and feel comfortable with it. Right now we got 7, 8 guys we feel pretty comfortable with at the varsity level, but we'd really like to see 2 or 3 more guys step front so we could play 10, 11 guys early in our season.
Do you think the lack of senior leadership will affect your team this year?
I thought so going in. I don't think so now. Not having senior leadership, where I'm worried about not having senior leadership is January or February, when usually the freshman season, if you played freshman ball, is over at the beginning of February. So when we're still practicing hard in the middle of February, that's going to start to be the time where guys are going to have to step up and be leaders, and that's my time that senior leadership could concern us. But if our guys grow as much as they have since we've had them for about the past 3 weeks, then I'm not worried about it now.
Have you already had some juniors step up and show some leadership?
Yeah, we have. We've had